Hey folks, how are you doing today? This is JL, the July Lioness. I hope you're doing well. Okay, so this video, episode 9 of Create a World from Scratch, is pretty straightforward. I just went into edit in game mode and built a house. One house. And it's 45 minutes of the building. So I started out with a basement. That's usually a good place to start. And so, of course, I was just chit-chatting away and hope you find the conversation interesting. And there's a bit of music to listen to. Boy, it's really tricky to get the volume right when you have music on these videos. Frustrating. So hopefully you can hear me throughout it. I'm going to have to put my microphone closer to my mouth when I record, I think. And it depends on the type of song. The rock songs tend to be harder to talk over or to boost the volume over than other types of music. But I like rock, and this song reminded me of Tom Petty, and I miss Tom Petty. So I hope you can hear everything. If there's, I didn't say anything too earth-shaking, but don't mean to be annoying. So if there are any volume issues, I apologize. I did the best I could. I'm working with Movie Maker, and it's really not very sound sensitive. So I hope you enjoy the build. I think I might move some fairies into this house. So maybe we'll have some purple rooms. Okay, then we are here in edit in game mode, which is part of the Create a World software. As you can see, the user interface is only for building. There's no sim attached to it. There's no little sim profile or wishes or any of that stuff. You cannot expand that interface. That's it. So it's strictly for building and editing the town, which I find pretty interesting. So we are over at Tundra Lake. Excuse me. No, we're not. We're at Tundra. Yeah, we're at Tundra. Looking over a Peace Lake. And I decided to make a couple of houses with basements. But I won't be showing you the whole build. They aren't actually going to be complete houses because I thought for a sense of authenticity, when you move to a brand new town that's just kind of being discovered, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's under construction. So for the purpose of my machinima that I'm going to create around this, it makes sense for there to be some houses that are, my Sims will arrive in town, and the first thing they'll need is housing, and so they will be shown a variety of houses in different stages of development. Like, you could just buy a foundation on the lake with maybe a boat or something. Or you could buy a partially finished house. Or you could buy a house that just needs some paint. Or one that's completely done, but it might be pretty cheap. Nothing fancy, but affordable. Maybe even one that you could rent. So a lot of housing options. So that's why everything is going to be in different stages of development. So I'm moving everything over to make room kind of for the basement. And I always forget about the parking and stuff, so I have to remind myself to do Make sure I save room outside for the parking space. No, you can't do a basement from the very back corner. You have to be in one tile in and one tile over. So it doesn't go to the very edge of the lot. Fences do, and I love that about Sims 3 because Sims 4 doesn't do that. In Sims 3, you can put a fence right on the very edge of your lot. So, let's see, did I do the basement or did I change my mind? Okay, we have basement. That pale blue tells you you're subterranean. Now we go down. There it is. It looks just like in Sims 4. But it's just a little harder to put in than in Sims 4. Sims 4 is nice because you can add a basement later on by tracing the perimeter of your first floor room or whatever shape you want to make it, really. It's hard to see kind of between the floors without popping up and down levels. So now that I have a basement, I don't think that it would let me put a foundation in. I didn't try that, but pretty sure the game would not allow that. Because you're not supposed to intersect your foundation with anything because theoretically it's solid concrete. But I always kind of thought that basements and foundations kind of went hand in hand. I mean, the basement is inside the foundation, or no, isn't it? The basement is the foundation. Just depends on whether you want to make it an open basement or fill it in or make it it could be it's not a slab because the slab's very thin, so I don't know. So I'm thinking who I'm going to move into what house, and I've been creating some sim households, which has been fun, and making plans for how they're going to interact, who has what role. Am I building a house for a particular family, or am I just building a house and I'll figure out what family's going to live there later? There are a couple houses that I built with very specific families in mind. I don't think this is one of them. I don't think you'll see it in this episode, but I did start working on the mayor's house and also on the new old lady's house. The new old lady's house. Because this is going to be season 2 of Surreal Estates. And if you have not seen Surreal Estates, please go find it on my channel. It's called Surreal Estates. And it's about 5 sisters who own a land development company. And one is the president of the company, another is the builder, another is the realtor, and the other 2 are the designers. And they also will hire out for a landscaper as needed. And they have a dog and a cat, and um, they're all single. And they, one is the realtor is a widow. The CEO is single, just a career woman. One of the designers is divorced, and another is has never been married. Um, and the other one has a steady boyfriend. And they all have very different personalities and very different voices, and they take turns narrating the episodes. So, what I thought was kind of clever was this house. I realized, oh, hey, I think I can get that. I need to put an extra little something on the front there to make it more interesting, and it was just the perfect size for a garage. And oh, and in case anybody needs to know, a parking space is 7 feet, seven seven tiles long and 3 tiles wide, 7 by 3. I think that's handy to know. So you know that you can make a 2-car garage would need to be 14, 14 by 6 at least, because then you got to add bigger in for the walls. So it's a cold climate, so we're going to have a door connecting the house to the garage, so they don't have to go out and around. Might put a washer dryer in the garage or somewhere on the property. That's always nice, except you need a million hampers if you do that. I hate those little black and yellow piles of clothes that are just everywhere. I know they made that much more easy to deal with in 4. But then I'd have to buy laundry day, and it's always more money, It's a money pit. Sims 4 is a money pit. 3, at least, most of these things are kind of half price because it's such an old game, so it's cheaper than when it was a. It's cheaper than when it was still in production. It's still a good game though. Okay, so I'm putting another door. I like these doors. I hadn't used them before. I like the way they let some light in. And I think they're all part of a set from maybe Roaring Heights or I think it's marked as a store, something from the store, and I've got Roaring Heights from the store. Just can't have that big old hole going down to the basement. Gotta have some protection here. So either a half wall or some sort of a fencing that looks like a banister, depending on what style you want. And what I'd like to do is if I use one particular architectural element in one part of the house, I like to repeat it in others. So anytime I use a half wall, I'll try to use the same half wall. Anything like fencing or whatever, same fencing, same style stairs, I'll just repeat the style throughout the house. A lot of times I will repeat the Like the flooring in the kitchen will be the same as the flooring in the bathroom, just to be consistent. Or if I want it to look like it was added later, if I want it to look like the family remodeled, then I'll deliberately pick something different. I could have sworn there was a flooring style that looks like, was it just, it looked like plywood, kind of like plywood, base plate type of flooring, but maybe that's in Sims 4. Would have been nice to put that up in the attic area, or something that looked like insulation, like the pink insulation kind of in strips across the bottom of the attic floor and up the walls, or something attic-like. So now I'm going to give this a gravel floor, because it's the garage and it's in the cold weather, so you just need some, lots of gravel roads in cold weather. I'm thinking kind of like Alaska. I've never been to Alaska, but I would imagine there would be a lot of rock, gravel, shale, or maybe Iceland, any kind of a really cold climate. You're not going to see much mud. You're going to be seeing snow, rock, ice, no grass, very little grass. But this is not a fancy house. If this were a fancy house, maybe I would give them a stone floor in the basement, in the garage, stone floor in the garage. Well, and also a stone floor in the basement, come to think of it. Yeah, there's my favorite hanging light bulb. And the chain's too short, so you have to reach way up to turn off the light, but be careful not to careful not to burn your fingers on the bare bulb, right? Usually you tie a string to the chain, but it'll break after a while. So then you're in the pitch dark, trying to turn the light on, and then start getting scared because it's so dark. And you think, oh, I wish there were a wall switch. But there isn't. Or that you had brought a flashlight, but you didn't. And it becomes the Amityville horror. Okay. Stairs going up. So we are on the first floor. And that's the basement downstairs. So now we're on the first floor, which would have the living room, a bathroom, a kitchen, dining, and then up another flight for the bedrooms. Okay, so we're up a flight, but the stairs will not go there because that very top is just one little room. So I want stairs that come up into the little loft and not into the whole attic space, which is just the eaves or the roof line. And that was easier to place than I thought, so I was glad about that. Getting the stairs over and against the wall. And we'll have a nice little loft office. A loftus. It's a loftus. But we do need a floor. and a window and a, won't need a door going anywhere. So there's the little office, and we're adding some windows. So this house, you won't be able to really see it in this video, but they didn't really finish painting it. They got most of the painting done, and at the time this video was made, they hadn't quite finished the painting. And I wanted to put a ladder outside, but the ladder didn't cooperate. Guess I could have used move objects, but I don't ever use move objects because I just think it's you get into a kind of a can of worms trying to remember, why doesn't this work? I want to change it. Oh, did I use move objects for this? It just complicates things, so I very rarely use it. So because the stairway going up is across the room, I did a very interesting little thing with the wall. And I like the way that turned out. So there was a blank space on the other side of the stairs coming up into this room, the bedroom's floor. But I like the half wall against with the full wall behind it. So you can't really do skylights in Sims 3, if I remember correctly, which is too bad because I always end up with upper floors that they don't have any windows in the hallway because all the bedrooms have the windows. So the bedrooms are kind of, I tend to cluster my bedrooms around the windows, and the bathrooms go in sections that don't have windows. Because I like to have, I like the way the windows need to look good on the outside. So I'll put in the windows and then I'll build the rooms around the windows. Some people do it the other way around. But I hate having windows sort of willy-nilly on the exterior of a house. So yeah, this room doesn't need a door. That's interesting. So now, of course, you can expand that attic later on. But right now, it's just a nice, I think an office will go there. Set up a desk and a computer, and somebody can go up there to do their whatever they do on a computer, buy real estate. Yeah, this is where I was looking for that base plate flooring, I think, and I could just making sure it would have been wood flooring if they had it, but it must have been Sims 4 I was thinking of. Nope, definitely not there. It would be $4 or free. And that's the expensive section I was looking at there. Okay. So that's just the one that I have in there already. So this house really isn't decorated, it's just base color, white walls with white moldings, and the homeowner can paint it whatever they want, or not paint it. It certainly looks fine. If they don't want to spend the money on wallpaper or decorator colors, that's their prerogative. Just wanted to have something nicer than the bare wallboard. So this house really, they'll be able to move in, but they of course will need to supply beds. But they'll have a functioning kitchen and functioning bathroom. They'll need beds, and they can take taxis to work to begin with. I mean, they always end up carpooling anyway, so they don't really need cars. It'd be nice if you could get a free taxi anywhere you wanted to go anytime. It would be lovely. Ah, see, look at the ceiling. Isn't that great? Very hard to see the ceiling in these houses. Sims 4, I don't think you can see the ceiling, but look at that. That's pretty neat. Now we gotta paint those stairs. You can see the mountains out the window. That's fun. So this is the floor with all the bedrooms on it. So we're gonna need to add at least one bathroom. Okay, just went downstairs to the living room, living dining area. And there's the door to the garage. Gotta paint these stairs. It's just a nice, clean white and wood flooring. Very basic. Just to get you started. Nothing to be ashamed of. Perfectly presentable. Can't put stuff on the sides of stairs. So that would have to have like a table or something. Maybe you could put a table with a lamp on it. That's nice. And a floating pink light. So that's kind of low. So I like that you can change the height of stuff with this. I did not like that seam between the wall and the back of the stairs. So I thought I'd experiment and see if I took out that wall and drew it all the way across. Would it come out as one wall? Would that make the seam go away? So this is what I'm doing. I'm trying a little experiment. Of course, I could have made the stairs double wide. Oh no, I couldn't, because that's the basement on the inside here. Yeah. Okay, so it still just comes out as one single wall, even if you draw it across the back as well. So it's like they're both like on the same plane or the same layer. Okay. Live and learn. Okay. Paint it white. And figure out where you're gonna put the light. Didn't really like it on the wall or the back of the stairs, but yeah, we'll put it there and move it up a bit. So low. There you go. We'll move this one up to 2 clicks, 3 clicks. It's a bit better. Yeah, they had said, I had read somewhere that you save money if you rip out your old flooring before you put down another layer. But of course this is free build mode, so it didn't do anything. So I'm just stripping down that extra wood flooring so that we're down to the base flooring. I guess it's cement. Subflooring. I guess you would call this the subflooring. You know, whatever it defaults to. It's kitchen time. Kind of a middle of the road kitchen. I feel bad giving them really crummy stoves and stuff because they just can't cook decent meals. I have families that they're struggling. They keep burning up their meals. It's because they got such a terrible stove. So I don't give them the best stove, but I don't give them the worst stove either. But I will give them the cheapest cabinets because I like these cabinets, the country fried counters. They're cute. I like the detailing in them. I like older stuff. I like antiques and stuff like that. I don't like modern. So this house has got pretty modern windows. It's not really my taste, but it's not my house. Somebody probably loves this. People who are fans of the modern style. But I'm older, and I didn't grow up in an old house, but I knew lots of people who did, who lived in very old houses, old Victorians and everything. Because I'm from New England, and there's tons of old houses in New England. New England itself is very old. It's, obviously the oldest part of the country. So I had a good friend who lived in a house in Boston that was 250 years old or so. My grandparents also lived in a 200-year-old house. Well, I wouldn't say 250 because I don't think the country's we're not quite at 250, are we? So I'll say 200 though. Maybe pushing 225. Whatever, 2018 minus 1776, you do the math. A very old house and antiques that would match it, So my house was built in about 1960, which they call what, mid-century now. But at that point, it was a modern house. Thank God it wasn't a ranch style. I can't stand ranch style houses. I've got to have 2 stories. I can't live on the ground floor with people looking in my windows. Oh, I hate that. I'm actually doing that now, but it's just an apartment. And not a lot of people around, but I used to live in a house that was a little rancher, and people would look in my windows from the street, and like there wasn't any bushes or anything. It drove me crazy. And my dog, she was always looking out and barking at people walking by constantly. I'd close the curtains and she would just push the curtains aside and bark at people walking by. Drove me crazy. Okay, so we are in delightful creative style, the best part of Sims 3. And I'm gonna match up the floor and the counters because those blues are clashing. Too many shades of blue there, and the yellow has no place. So yeah, I like that floor better. And now we're gonna match the counters to the floor. I think that looks so cute to have like a tiled countertop. That's really cute. So that's a nice little feature for this house. Just a little thing. A little bit of customization. But I don't want people spending $100,000 on their first house or anything. Yes, I know there's mother load, but I always play with mother loads. I guess they couldn't really set up a kind of a rental system in Sims 3, rent to own or mortgage or something like that. It's been too complicated for them to do. So it's just sort of a cute little, fairly color coordinated kitchen now. And we'll match the appliances up as well. So they look kind of like they're a set. I mean, everything is kind of new. New, or I guess gently used. I would say that's a new refrigerator. It's not top of the line, so they could afford a new one. How much is that, about $700 or something? So now it's kind of a pale metallic blue, along with the stove, which is such an ugly stove. Keep that curved top of it. What's that, the slow poke stove? Something like that. I think it's called the slow poke. Looks better than the other one though. And what is it, the Yum Cooker? I think it's one up from the Yum Cooker. Oh, these names. Yeah, we're upstairs and I kind of made a mess. I'm trying to sort out how I want to put the rooms, arrange the rooms. I hate blocking the windows, but I gotta get rooms in, and I don't want to change my windows. So I'm kind of putting in, like I said, around the windows. So I'm trying to figure out the size of this room. That wall on the left looks a little bit long. And what am I going to put here? Probably something like a bathroom. Bathrooms don't need to be that big. I think a good size for a bathroom is maybe 4x4 or 3x3, depending on if you want a half bath or a full bath. I do not like teeny tiny rooms. This makes me claustrophobic. Okay, so we're going to put in a bedroom here with an attached bath, a connecting bath. And can I pull the wall out? No, I don't want to pull the entire wall. I just want to pull the bedroom wall out. Now just split it like that. Now I can pull it out. Delightful. That's a nice size bedroom. Is it too big? Is it cutting into the other side of the house? No, it looks good. So now we'll make this into a bathroom, and we'll put some connecting doors in here and there, and we'll also have it accessible to the hallway as well, because otherwise they'll just cut through the bedroom to use the bathroom. You know they will. You know they will. Shortest distance between 2 points. Of course, you could lock it, and then they'll scream. I need to use the bathroom. I want to use the other one. I want to use this one. Well, life sucks and then you die, Sam. So I could have used the kitchen flooring, but then I just really kind of like this one. I don't use it very much. It is on another floor of the house, so I think it's okay to change it up a little. And it goes nicely with the bedroom carpet. I love green. It's one of my favorite colors. Blues, greens. I like purple, but I don't know, there's something, certain shades of purple are appropriate for decorating, but really purple, it gets kind of too young, not sophisticated enough. So it's fine for a kid's room, but real purpley looks a little crazy otherwise for an adult. If you've got a crazy adult though, perfect. Or a fairy. A fairy could certainly have a beautiful purple house. I have my Rainy's Rainbow series. She has a purple bedroom, but she's very childish. I kind of don't like doing bathrooms without windows, so I decided to use these little porthole windows up here. Even though they kind of mess up my window symmetry on the outside. I mean, you can tell by looking at the outside of the house, oh, that must be a bathroom with all those little windows. But it's so dumb to put a big beautiful window in and then have it end up being in a bathroom, so you have to put a huge curtain across it. I mean, why bother? Might as well just if you put a huge curtain across a blank wall. So they spent so much money on the flooring that they didn't have much left over for the fixtures, so they kind of cheaped out on the fixtures. That's the budget. Maybe I'll make the fixtures match the flooring. That would be kind of cool. You know, like cool in a tacky way, you know? It would be like mint green. And that's one of the few shades of green I don't like. You know, it's like everything is mint green. Like it's the best color in the world. The whole world should be mint green. Yeah. So let's make the shower mint green and the bathtub mint green. And maybe we'll make the wall. Well, the wall should actually be tiled. That's another thing. Drywall in a bathroom is kind of a dumb idea because of moisture issues. So it should at least be partially tiled. But it's not, it's just completely drywalled. So that's a shortcut that should have been avoided. See, these are not the best builders. This was not a house built by the Newbold ladies, you see. It was already here, so they may have to come in and do some repairs. Yeah, I think the Newbold ladies might get a repair job for some of these places. Story idea! I think that's about it for this house. Yeah, there are a couple more, but I think I'm going to put them into episode 10 because we're going up on 45 minutes here. And a couple towels. And thanks for hanging out with me, guys. This has been JL. Hope you have a terrific day and you can enjoy the video and the music in my absence.